Hi, welcome to live stream yoga with Louise. Tips and cues to keep you safe and strong on the mat. Today we are going to be playing with a very small set of powerful core and leg targeting exercises. We're going to call them the mighty minis. As always, play where you're comfortable, modify when you need to, rest when you need to. You ready? Let's hit the mat. We're going to begin today's practice in a supine position. We're going to be spending roughly half the class on the back and on the side, and then we'll bring it to a standing series to end off today's class. Find your way onto the back, bend your knees, round your feet, as if you were setting yourself up for a bridge line. We're going to start strong with a slow-paced single leg stretch. We'll begin in neutral. Take a big breath into prep. On an exhale, tilt your pelvis to 12. Imprint your lower and your mid back. Lead up into a chest lift. Lock that height in and then draw your legs into table. Start to hug the right knee in. Extend the left leg away and then give me a switch pattern. Keep a nice deep scoop, and I want a long paced play. So I want hug that knee in towards your chest and then stretch and reach for the other, keeping that nice deep scoop with those abs contracted. As you complete the last one, relax back down to your bridge-like setup. Give yourself a recovery breath or two. And then pretend that somebody's pressing on your belly. I want you to hollow out your belly slightly and just begin to round out your mid back. Hold that soft contraction for a slow count of 10. Then release to neutral. Let's find our way from here to a crisscross pattern, tucking the hands behind the head. We're going to play with the leg pattern from our previous round, but we'll speed it up and we'll add some oblique activation. Tilts and imprint, bleed up into your chest lift, draw your legs into table. Extend right and then rotate towards your left knee and find a faster pace, bump it up by one, crisscross pattern. Last set. Find your way down to the mat. Give yourself a recovery breath or two. Then look for somebody pressing on your belly. Hollow it out. Start to round your mid back. Hold that soft contraction. Not a full contraction, but a light engagement of your belly center. Release to neutral. We're coming into a slower paced scissor hug. You're going to begin in neutral. Give me a full imprint. Lead up into a chest lift. Lock it in. Draw the legs to 90 and hold on to the right leg, anywhere along the back chain of the right leg that you can reach, and give me a drop on the left. It could be half, quarter, midway, all the way down, and then give me a slow change. Hugging one leg in, dropping the other. Last set. Find your way back to your bridge-like setup. Take recovery. Then find that press of your belly, that beginning of roundness in the mid-back. Hold it. Release to neutral. Next exercise is a lower to the ground, faster paced, flatter kick. Arms can stay relaxed at your side, or you can tuck them palms down underneath your bottom. Give me a full tilt and imprint, lead up into a chest lift and press into your palms. Extend the legs just a little bit higher than your hips, and then start to flutter kick with a long extended leg. Bend your knees, ground your feet. Find that press into your belly, start to round out your mid-back, hold it. Release to neutral, roll onto your side, stack up your body in one long line, top hand connected to the mat with two fingers, middle and index finger, just gently pressing into the mat. Give me a small lift of both legs just off the mat and hold that parallel line for roughly 30 seconds. Then reground, roll onto your back, bend your knees, ground your feet. Find that hollowness to your belly and then rounding to your mid-back, hold it. Release, roll onto your side, set up your long stack, two fingers on the mat, small lift of the legs off and hold. Reground to the mat, bend your knees as you roll onto your back and find your way into your first single leg stretch. Looking for a deep scoop. Hug one leg in, extend the other one, and give me a slow-paced, controlled, single leg stretch with a nice deep, deep scoop. Last one. We're going to find our way into a bridge hold. Begin in neutral, start to curl your tailbone in, start to disengage your bum and your back line from the mat. Peel up into a nice high bridge and hold it. Look for a long stretch through your belly center and the tops of your thighs. Hold it. Legs fired up to support your bridge line, so quads working, glutes working, hamstrings working. Lean back down. Find your way to a crisscross pattern by tucking your hands behind your head. Deep tilt and imprint. Lead up into your chest lift, draw your legs in. Extend one, bend the other, and start to rotate towards your incoming knee. Pace, bump it up by one. Last one. Find your way into your bridge. Peel up, hold it. Lay back down when you're ready. And prepare for your slower paced scissor kick. Find a full tilt and imprint. Bleed up into your chest lift. Legs float to 90. Start to find your drop range. Slower paced. Find your way back to your bridge hold when you're ready. Bleeding up, relaxing chin to chest, firing up your support system through the legs, holding steady. Bleed back down. Arms at your side or hands underneath your bottom for your flutter kick. Give me a full tilt and imprint. Bleed up into your chest lift and lock it in. Extend the legs just a little bit higher than your hips and start to flutter with a long reaching leg line. Bend your knees, ground your feet, and find your way into your bridge hold. Bleeding up, holding, locking it in. Bleed back down. Roll onto your side. Stack your body in one long line. 2 fingers on the mat or top hand resting on your thigh. Lift the legs just a little bit higher and hold. Float back down to the mat. Bend your knees as you roll onto the back. Ground your feet and peel up into your bridge when you're ready. Reground to the mat. Roll onto your second side and find your long stack. 2 fingers on the mat or top hand on your thigh. Lift the legs a little bit higher this time and hold for roughly 30 seconds. Then find your way onto your back. Bend your knees, ground your feet. We're coming into our single leg stretch, so you know where you're going to. Look for your deep tilt and imprint. Bleed up into your chest, lock it in, and then draw the knees in. Extend one leg, hug the other one in, and look for a slow-paced switching action. Then bleed your way back down to the mat. Take recovery, and when you're ready, think of that smaller press into your belly, that hollowing of your mid-back. Draw your legs into table and hold for a slow count of 10. Then deepen your scoop. Tuck both hands behind your head, add a chest lift, and transition into a faster paced crisscross. Bleed back down to the mat. Take recovery, spine in neutral. Then think of somebody pressing on your belly. Start to just soften and round your mid back. Pull the legs into table and hold. Release to neutral. We're coming into our slower paced scissor hug. Give me a full tilt and imprint. Add a chest lift. Lock it in. Draw your legs to 90. Hold onto the back of one leg and drop the other. And then start to find a scissor pattern, hugging one leg in and dropping the other away. Slower pace on this one. Find your way to recovery. Find someone pressing on your belly. Start to round out your back. Pull your knees into table. Don't pull those knees through the table line, so knees stacking over your hips. Hold. Add a deeper scoop. Press into your hands and extend the legs at about hip height for your flutter kick. Bend your knees, round your feet. Roll onto your back. Set yourself up in one long line. Either two fingers on the mat or hand resting on your thigh, or you're going to tee the top arm. You're going to give me a nice high lift and you're going to hold for 30. Whisper softly, bring those legs back down, roll onto your back, bend your knees. Find that hollowness to your belly and that rounding in your lower back. Use it to pull your legs into the table line and then hold that depression. Chin line soft, neckline soft, abs contracted and working. Then release, roll onto your second side, find your long stack. Two fingers on the mat, or hands on your thigh, or hands to sky. Give me a nice high lift and hold. Release back down, roll onto your back, bend your knees, ground your feet, and prepare for your slower paced single leg stretch. Tilting to imprint, leading up into a nice deep chest lift, drawing your knees into table, pulling one leg in, extending and reaching through the other, and make that scoop as deep as you can, trying to tap nose to knee. Release to neutral. Take recovery. Think of somebody pressing on your belly. Start to round that mid-back. Float your legs to 90 and hold with that depress into your belly. Add a deeper scoop by adding a chest lift. Bend the knees, tuck the hands behind your head, and look for a faster pace, crisscross. Lead your way back down to the mat. Take recovery. Somebody's pressing on your belly. Look for that hollowness. Draw the legs to 90 and hold with that hollow indentation into your belly. Keep the legs there. Add a deeper scoop by adding a chest lift. Hold onto the back of one leg and find your slower paced scissor. Find your way back to your bridge-like setup. Take recovery. Somebody's pressing on your belly. Start to hollow out your belly. Start to look for that rounding in the back. Float the legs to 90 and hold. Add a deeper chest lift. Start to drop the legs just above your hips and then begin to flutter kick. Bend your knees, ground your feet. Roll onto your side. Set up that long stack. Add a leg lift. This time we're going to strum the belly with our fingers. And every time your fingertips tap your belly, contract and then release halfway. Relax back down to the mat. Bend your knees, ground your feet as you roll onto your back. Somebody's pressing on your belly. Begin to round your mid-back. Float your legs to 90 and hold. Chin line soft, jaw line soft. Then release back down to neutral, roll onto your second side and stack your body in one long line. Add your leg lift and begin to strum the belly. So you are beginning with an engagement through the belly to keep the legs up, and then you're increasing and decreasing the amount of, let's call it, crunch or activation that you have through the belly. Every time your fingertips strum your belly, you contract as deeply as you can, and then you release halfway. From here, let's relax back onto the back one last time before we change our orientation on the mat. So you're going to think of starting to find that slightly hollow belly, that rounding into your mid-back. You're going to float the legs to 90 one last time, and you're going to hold that soft contraction in your belly. Then release, bend your knees, hold onto the back of your thighs, rock up, and then change your orientation on the mat, finding your way into a plie-like stand on the mat. So if you're not sure, find a nice wide stance, all 10 toes looking to the front, and then start to peel your toes out and find a turnout position on the mat. We are going to either relax the hands to the tops of the thighs, or you can place them on your hip creases. We're going to plie or sumo squat, so you can readjust after your first one, and we're going to play a slow up and down action, extending and bending through the legs. We're going to end low, we're going to hold it. Release. Arms relaxed at your side. We're going to play with a drop and slide. Taking it slow. Try and reach for your knees or past your knees. Back to your plies, so hands on your thighs or placed on your waist. You're going to look for that deep bend. And then a nice extend, drawing up along the quads. Make it slow so that you're percolating and building up that burn in the thighs. And every time you drop into the plie, try to tuck your tailbone underneath the carriage of your trunk so that you're feeling that engagement through your abs. We're going to hold the next one, and without shifting your body weight, you're going to lift and lower the right heel. Reground it, come back up. Look for that slow up and down plie movement, remembering to tuck your tailbone underneath the carriage of your trunk. every time you're in the bent position. End low without shifting your body weight. We're going to play with the second heel, the left heel. Then stand up nice and tall and start to play with that tick, tock, slide. Back to those deep pliés. We're going to end low, and we're going to find an alternating lift without shifting our body weight every time one heel lifts and reconnects. Last one. Straighten up and start to find your tick-tock drops. Back to those deep, slow pliés. We're going to end in the plie, and we're going to double up, lifting and reconnecting both heels in unison. Stand up nice and tall, and then find that tick-tock. Last set of deep pliés. We're going to end deep and we're going to flutter the knees in and out, in and out. Trying to keep the feet grounded. Then straighten up the leg. Last set of tick-tock slides. Then heel toe in. I'm going to take a step just to the back of my mat so I've got more room to play in front. And I want you to give me a narrow squeeze of your legs together along that line. Find a focal point on the floor or the wall in front of you and start to slowly hug the right knee up. Maybe you're stopping in table. Maybe you can make a basket for that knee and hug it right up towards your chest, maintaining a tall sense of balance through the body. Then brush your hand down, reach for your foot, drop the right knee to the floor, squeeze it into center, and then hold on to your toes or your foot with either one or with two hands. Kick the foot softly away from your bottom and into your hands so that you're stretching the arms at the same time that you're stretching that right quad and hip flexor. Then cross the right foot over the left. Relax the hands to the tops of your thighs and start to fold forward with bendy elbows into a tabletop fold. Maybe this is where you're staying. Maybe you're dropping down and sliding the hands as far as they will go along the chain of your legs. Maybe your hands will even reach the floor. Keep belly to spine. Try to keep both feet fully grounded. Then think of bending your knees, think curtsy. Step your legs back into that narrow line, like a ragdoll, peel up, restack, realign, bringing up your head last. Taking a moment, when you're ready, find your focal point and start to pull the right knee up. Maybe you can hold or hug the knee in towards your chest, maintaining your tall sense of stand on the mat. Brush your hand down, see if you can reach for that foot. Drop the left knee towards the floor, squeeze it into center. Hold on to that left foot with one or with two hands and kick the foot away from your bottom and into your hand. Look for your quad. Look for your hip flexor. Look for your arms. Then cross the left leg in front of the right. Arms relaxed to the tops of your thighs. Fold forward. Soften the elbows as you find a tabletop fold, looking for that long stretchy line through your neck, through your spine. And then fold it forward. Maybe hands to floor, or maybe you're ending a little bit lower along the chain of your leg. Soften your knees, Think plie, step the legs into that narrow parallel line like a ragdoll. Bleed up, restack, realign. This is where we're going to end our mighty mini practice for today. Thank you so much for coming out and playing. Hope you enjoyed. Till next time.